Hello, welcome to a little PC00 and other studio update edition. Alright, so I have a couple of things that are cooking at the moment that I hope to be able to bring out fairly soon. One of them is my PC07, so this is the chassis adaptation in order to run it with the Lotus 7 body. So the two differences, of course, are the wheel wells on top of the uprights, as well as the new deck in the center. So as you can see, the ESC goes in the middle here. The receiver is under there, the battery is like usually over there. I have to do a little bit of filing in order for the cable to be snug and to not pop out like they do at the moment, but this is super easy to do. And that is pretty much it. The main thing that I am waiting on, let me show you on the screen, is the wheels that I'm going... Oh, let me open the right one, because I have wheels for the F1 as well as wheels for the Lotus that are coming out. So this is the F1 wheel that I have on the screen right now. This is a set of wheels that I'm going to do for the front and the back in order to fit the Marca or the GLF tires. This is just a little prototype that I've done in ABS, and as you can see on the final wheel, it's pretty much the same. The difference is I have a disc brake at the back. It is cool. And so I'm gonna have some +1 and +2 offsets for those wheels for the F1, and then here you go, this is going to be the one for the Lotus. So this is the front one, there is a wider one for the back, but it's the same wheel, and same, I have a little bit of a disc brake look-alike at the back just because it can be done. So I think that's going to look cool. So I'm going to wait on those to arrive first, and the one thing that I'm going to have to figure out, because you cannot really run this car with an ESC that's any bigger than that. So the Fury Tech that's coming out is going to be perfect for that. This is the one from MiniQ that I get in China together with the brushless, sensorless motor. So I think I'm going to have to sell this at least with the ESC, if not with the ESC and the motor. So this is going to make quite a bit of a difference in the cost of the car. I don't know if you guys find easily a receiver, not receivers, ESCs that you can unbox and fit in such a tiny space. I'm not sure. I don't really have any other ESCs than that. I hope to get the Fury Tech to test it, because it's smaller than that. That's going to be cool. This is the ESC that I'm using now. You can see the dimensions. It's about 28, yeah, 30 wide, and 18, and then it's about 8ish for the 6 mil. Normally this comes with the heat shrink around it. I removed it to do some soldering. So this is the smaller that I find that I usually get. So I need to finish working on the pricing for that, and by Friday I'm going to have a pre-order available on the store. Once I have all figured out, I'm going to order the new rims, and that will be all sorted out. So this is coming in a couple of days. I have been playing a lot, as you can see, with all the carpet dust and hair with my PC00 with the 14 mil wheels from PN. I love the grip of that. I'm still running every one of my car without the dampers. I'm yet to be able to try on the RCP track. It's still closed here. So the thing that I am working on at the moment, as you know, probably if you follow the channel and my social, this is the current F1 based on the PC00 that I have made. So this is a 100% stock PC00 with a wing specific to the F1. 3D printed mounts over there in order to mount the front wing, and then a body that goes on top of it. So of course, with the large deck, I've had to come up with a design that looks more like an 80s F1. It's a little bit larger than the F1 to the scale that you would have like the GLR and stuff like that. So this was the first one that I did in order to have a body that fits on the PC00 directly. So this way I can sell the kit, the F1 body kit, for anybody who owns the original PC00. And as you might be aware, I have been working on this version. Let me shut down the lights when I'm pointing at the screen. That will be easier to look at. Yes. So on this version, it is a much smaller body. You can see over there that it's a lot smaller. It's a little bit lower as well, and so it is going to be a new upper deck that is going to be something like that instead of the very large one that I have at the moment. So you can see that everything is recessed more to the back. There is just basically a lot less space, and so I just had to make sure that both the GL battery as well as the ESC had enough space to fit in there, and they do. And so now this is going to be a go. And so in this version of the car, oh, I don't have the front wing right now on the screen. Let me put the front wing back on. Front spoiler, where are you, my friend? Here you are. Okay, so you see in this version of the F1, I'm going to have a much smaller body that is taken a lot from the shape of the GLF, except that it is a regular 98mm wheelbase, but the nose and everything is a lot lower than what I have at the moment. As you can see, you imagine that this line is the line that you can see behind there. So this is much taller, it's a much stockier body, and it's larger. I wanted to have as much space as possible to not have any problem with any sort of electronics. This is not the case in this one. This is going to be very limited in what you can put inside of it. Everything is pretty much the same as the PC00. The rear pod is going to be the same. The front end is going to be the same as well. The wing in the front, as you can see over there, is going to be a hard wing, not a clear wing. So this is going to be a hard wing, same as the rear wing over there. So that is going to look pretty neat. And so this way you can velcro the nose of the body here, and then those two flat pieces of the body, and I'm gonna have a halo on top of it, and I have as well the fin at the back of the body here. All around these lines is when it's going to be a cutaway for the motor to go. And that's it. The little diffusers at the back, the regular pods. And so for this one, I'm going to have the new wheels front and back. This is the front one. I have the wider one for the rear as well, and I'm going to have two different offsets. I believe I have +1 and +2 offsets for the front, and I'm gonna have +2 and +3 offset for the rear. The one for the 07 are 0 offsets because the car doesn't allow any offset with the front here, with the wheel wells and the rear as well. So this is a fairly narrow car. This is a fantastic car to drive, by the way. So I believe the F1 is going to be a pretty neat little car now that I've checked that everything can be fitted inside it. So I am going to just double check. Hold on, my camera stand is falling apart here. I'm going to double check all the fitments over there, making sure. Originally I had some like air intake on the inside, things that looked cool that I'm not going to be able to put, because this is the only place where you can fit a micro receiver. So I'm not going to be able to fool around with it anymore. This is super small amount of space. You have a little bit more space using the Orlando battery compared to the GL battery, but I don't believe a lot of racers are using them. As you can see, it's a little bit shorter. The capacity is a little bit less as well, and it's a little bit smaller as well. It's not as thick. I'm working on figuring out a battery supplier from China to get the dimensions that would be perfect, and that would be pretty much in between those two, but I can ship batteries outside, so that would be for local market only. Anyway, this GL battery compatible. ESC is going to be pretty much the Mini Q ESC or the new FuriTech ESC, I believe. If you know of other brushless ESCs that are inside these dimensions like I shown before, then they will fit no problem. Maybe you have to remove the packaging around it, the boxing that have around it, I'm not sure. And so yeah, here you go, you're gonna be able to see those fairly soon. I have had a pretty cool drive with this last time. I'm making a little bit more videos with it. And yeah, so keep an eye open for the 7 to show up pretty soon on the store. Like I said, on Friday I'm gonna have the pre-orders ready for it, so keep an eye on for the pre-order. There's gonna be a pretty limited amount of a pre-order at first. I think it's gonna be probably 8 pieces, 5 to 8 pieces top, I think, for the first one of this car, and then later on we'll do the same process for the F1, and the set for the F1 body is going to be on the store as well by the end of the week. So keep an eye for all of these to appear, and that will be it for this little studio update. So on that note, stay safe everybody, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.